Welcome to Spawncast episode 447. Nice early midday Spawncast because I think it's ESPN just decided to screw with us. So here we are. There's a important playoff game on tonight that I honestly did not expect to be a thing. So here we are.
You got fucking bullshit with it already. Darnold supposedly injured. Fucking
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. If that happens and somehow they're in the championship game, they might win the Super Bowl. I might just say, you know what, they're just going to do. I didn't think they were going to pass Philadelphia, and now all of a sudden they're here in this round with the Seahawks, who apparently are kind of in trouble with their quarterback. So
if they win,
I don't know.
If they win the Super Bowl, there is no God. I'm gonna go.
We might lose Sean. I'm be real with all the smack talk he's been saying behind the scenes for the last 2 years. He might disappear for a while or something. I don't know. it'll be interesting. So we'll see though. That's why. And I figured, maybe they'll do it. It'll be Saturday during the day, or no, it'll be Sunday when they have it. No, of course, Saturday 8 p.m. Eastern is when they schedule the game for. So I was like, you know what, it's not gonna be able to pay attention all at once anyway. So we'll just do it earlier in the day. But thanks to the people who were able to hop on in the afternoon, or in Celia's case, in the morning. Right away. So, Celia, thank you for being here.
I got you.
Good to have Celia here. We got Radic. Radic also stopping by on this afternoon podcast. How we doing, Radic?
What's up? Not too bad. All right, so what I want to tell you, Spawn, I missed your last Click R3. I didn't catch live, or I didn't catch the first half live, so I missed your predictions. And Ryan was kind of giving you shit for one of them, but I genuinely think your prediction about Corey Balrog's next game being set in the Connecticut universe is fucking awesome. Like, that's genuinely such a cool idea.
I think that'd be interesting. I'm just going by the hints that, like, what Jason Schreier and others were putting down as, it's a new game, but it's kind of not. It's because it's in a universe that already exists, basically, is what I was gathering from it. And I looked and said, well, the only other game that Sony Santa Monica's made is Connecticut, which is weird. It's like they've made Connecticut and then God of War. It's like, those are the only two. That's right.
Pretty much. It's 99% going to be a God of War game. It's probably going to be called like God of the Mischief starring Atreus, but going back to Connecticut would be pretty sick. Like, have you ever played it before? Or?
Yeah, it's on the PS2, the racing game where everyone's in like sci-fi bikinis racing around. It's you can play it on the PS5 backwards compatible, I believe. I have it on the PS2. That's the funny part. So
cool.
Yeah, so I played it. I think I played it in one of the videos where I was just looking at PS2 stuff, and I had downloaded a bunch of games and just put it on the hard drive, the SSD, and it's an interesting. It's a very early 2000s game. I will say that.
Oh, for sure. The lore in that game is kind of crazy too. Like the last cutscene, I was like, oh wow, this is actually like really dark and like.
See, I didn't even get that into the lore. I was just like, oh look, they're racing around. It's really weird. So that was about my extent of the knowledge for the game. I just thought it'd be an interesting kind of thing for them to pull.
For sure. I just wanted to give you your flowers because Ryan was giving you shit for it, but like it was a cool idea.
I mean, I don't know if I would throw $300 million at a project like that, but hey, you never know. Maybe they try it. We'll see. Yeah. Sean, how are we doing over there? I see you're eating pizza.
I'm eating pizza. I haven't tried this place before, but it's snowing and it's only like 1 block away. So I was like, I guess I could try them. It's pretty good. I'm watching Men in Black and I have the side window open so I can watch the snow.
Is it snowing like hard? Because I looked out. It was raining originally earlier this morning, and then it did turn to snow. I was like, whoa, that's weird.
It snowed a little bit, and then like it was probably like a half inch, and it started melting, and now it's coming down pretty hard though. Like the roads are starting to get a little messy.
Well, what you guys are supposed to be like several inches there? Because I think it's like kind of stopped here now.
No, I think there's supposed to be some more tomorrow though. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know. Weather people they just make shit up anyways. Literally last night it was like no accumulation, and now this morning it's accumulation. Like that's the easiest job in the world. If you're wrong, you're just like, well, the winds changed, the graph changed. But it's hard to be like a meteorologist. I talked about this with you, Celia, correct?
Wait, what? What did you say?
Meteorologists and how they're bullshit.
I mean, they're not bullshit, Sean. Okay. So there's this crazy thing called the weather, and it changes due to different factors.
It always changes though.
Yeah,
it always changes. It's never what they say it's going to be. It's literally the only job in the world where you could be wrong every
Maybe
single day of your life.
In Sean's universe, no one tries to predict weather. Everyone's just like fucked in the middle of the day when there's hail coming down. They're like, man, I didn't even know. I guess it's just fine.
Exactly.
okay.
Like, don't even
Sean.
try. Don't even try to look for it.
Also, it's 80 degrees here. In case anyone was wondering,
Really?
That sounds shitty. I prefer the cold.
it's a very sunny day in January. That's
Yeah, and then an
kinda
earthquake
how
comes
California
along,
is.
and then
oh my gosh, Sean. Okay, be
you
quiet
can't
in
say
your
California has
snow.
perfect weather. You have fires and earthquakes, and
That
feces
isn't
on the
weather though.
sidewalk.
Those are natural disasters. Okay.
I mean, it's all encompassing.
I don't know, man, but
80 degrees in January sounds ridiculous.
I mean, like, it's just kind of a norm here. That's
That's
why when
why
it
there
goes
are
under
fires.
70, I put on a sweater. Like, that's just I can't handle the cold.
That's crazy. 80 degrees. Man, it's like, what is it, 30 something here? Yeah, 32.
Wait. 80 degrees Fahrenheit is cold for you?
No, I said when it gets under
Okay.
70, I put
Okay,
on a
Under
sweater.
70.
I was about
Yeah,
to say,
like
what?
if you keep your house at like 68, I'll bring like a big sweater. That's kind of
Gotcha.
I live my life.
Well, that's quite different. Okay. I mean, when you were wait, hold on. You were here for too many games. I'm trying to think. Maybe it was summer, so it was warm.
It was
But
summer, but I was wearing
Sean,
an undershirt.
Sean had like the AC. We would always have the AC blasting in the hotel rooms.
Yeah, but
Mine
you noticed
I
I was always wearing like a little like over thing to stay warm.
I put it as low as it'll go. It ain't my bill I'm paying, so why not?
I do the opposite. Like when I go somewhere, I'll like turn up the heat.
Well, we have a few things that happened this week that I thought we'd go over here. Sean, are you just watching all the football games then today and tomorrow?
Well, the Knicks play at 7:30.
I was about to
so
ask because I think the Knicks were playing tonight. So
I'll probably have to drive my Pinto in the snow afterwards at reckless speeds to calm myself. After
Who are they
the
playing?
weekend. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
who are the Knicks playing? Radagast.
Suns.
Okay.
Okay.
Who are
That'll be a
playing
good
good ball. Not Dylan Brooks.
Devin
The
Booker?
fuck's his name? Devin Booker is
Yeah.
questionable, but
Mm.
I'm sure he'll play because it's at the Garden and everyone loves to be a star at the Garden. They need to just get rid of trade Cat for Giannis. The money is almost there. You could trade Cat and Yabusele for Giannis and Sims. Throw in whatever second round picks you have. Giannis just has to say, "I want to play for the Knicks," which he has said before. So I don't know. It's a mess right now.
So before we get into some of the topics here, I do have to go around real quick and just ask if there's any big games, any fun games people played this week. Anything interesting that stands out? No, nothing for Sean. Really?
I've
Nothing.
just been playing what I've been playing before. I really
Still-
didn't play
still
much
Detroit.
this week. Yeah.
Oh, still Detroit. That's fun. That's fun. I'm almost done that playthrough of Detroit, and now I'm looking once again at some of the chapters, and I'm thinking about a couple that I did that I can't say. Well, for the different characters where the stories end and stuff, so I need to go back and do a few of those again. But it's fine. That's the idea. You play through it multiple times. What about you, Radic?
Well, I've been just like on a backlog kick recently because in terms of new game releases, nothing really in January is like sparking my interest, to be honest. Surprise, surprise! I've been on my PS3 again. I was playing Toy Story 3, the video game, last night. The toy box mode for the couple hours. Fun fact: that game has PS3 exclusive content, which is why I had to capture footage for it.
So Radic, Celia got a PS3 somewhat recently, right, Celia? So she's
Yeah.
like going through trying to
Oh,
find
shit.
whatever games at this point.
Yeah, it's like the generation that I missed. Because like after
let's go.
PlayStation 2, I basically was like, okay, I'm never buying new games again. I just started going into like the backlog. I guess I was buying new games technically to me, but it'd be like games released like in yesteryear. But yeah, I've been going through trying to go through the PlayStation 3, I guess, library. And it's really slow because I'm also playing a billion other games. So would you recommend Toy Story 3?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
It's
that's like
one of the
the
better
game to play.
licensed games for sure. Specifically the toy box mode because it's like a sandbox kind of game. You get missions from all the Toy Story characters. You build your own town. It's really cool. Really
Okay,
really
just
cool.
Just to double check though, when you say one of the better licensed games, does that mean it's good or it's just one of the better licensed games?
I would, if I were to score it out of 10, I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's worth
genuinely good game. What other PS3 games are you like into or been playing?
Okay, so LA Noire is like my never-ending one. I can go get them. I have like a huge stack.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, it's been really fun. Alice in Wonderland is the other one I've been playing. You know, the one
Madness Returns?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really fun. Like there's a lot of platforming to it. I've like known about that game because like, I don't know, like through high school, I know everyone like dressed up as that for Halloween.
Yep.
So I'm like, I know this character. Obviously I know Alice in Wonderland. And so it's cool to play her in the game then.
I recommend, if you haven't played the Little Big Planet games.
I have that one, yes.
Okay.
It's in the stack.
Dope. Nice. That one and one more, Puppeteer. I feel like you would like Puppeteer a lot. Yeah.
Puppeteer's a good one.
Yeah. Yep. Isn't it expensive?
Is it? I mean, it's. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know it's pretty cheap on the PS3 store. Like it's only like $10-15. But...
Yeah. So if you want it physically, it's like $60.
Really? That game launched at $40 too.
Yeah, I remember even seeing it on sale back in the day for like $20 brand new when the PS3 was on its way out. Like that one got discounted pretty quick. How much is it on the PlayStation Store? I mean, I guess the idea if you're building the collection is to get it on Blu-ray and physically.
I can't remember how much. It's definitely cheaper than $40 on the PS3 store for sure.
That is a really cool game though.
That's another game I hope Bandai Namco remasters. Like,
yeah, that would actually be kind of neat if that's one of the ones that got the licensing on.
For sure.
Let's see. I did. You know what game I did start up, and it's just because all of a sudden I saw a lot of people online posting about it. Images saying, "Oh, the game's not as bad as I thought it would be." Was the Avatar game?
Yep. Yep.
I fired it back up, and I was like, "Let me go back to this," because they added a third-person mode to it. And they had like DLC. I didn't buy into any of the DLC or stuff like that yet. But I rewatched the first movie, and that was the only one I had seen. I was like, all right, yeah, there's 2 more now. So let me look into the second one. And I turn it on. I look down. The thing's 3 hours and 15 minutes long. I'm like, why are these movies so long? Yeah. Gosh. So I'm watching them in like bursts. It takes me like 4 or 5 sittings to watch a 3-hour movie nowadays.
And by the Avatar game, you mean James Cameron's Avatar?
Yes, that one right there.
Yeah,
that one.
Sure,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. This one is it feels like a Ubisoft game to a degree, but now with third person, it's something about just the third person mode kind of makes it feel a little different than what originally was like a Far Cry game, basically. But they've added a few other things in terms of quality of life, but the navigation in that game is still very weird to me. Did you play the Avatar game, Reddick?
No.
Okay.
Like the one you're talking about. No.
Yeah. It's the navigation is weird. I feel like I'm just lost in the game constantly, as in I can't find my way around.
Oh, really?
And
that's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the UI or the way that they have the map set up. I've just kind of wandered around and found stuff, which I guess is kind of their idea now. Make it like when you turn it on, you can do either guided or just exploration, and it doesn't tell you where to go at all, really. And I've come across the little encampments that they have that's polluting the environment. You got to destroy them, and they give you like different steps, like, oh, pull these cables, then shoot this thing, and all while the big mechs and humans are trying to like kill you, basically. And it's been fine, but I haven't had any like big aha moment outside of maybe the opening, which was done pretty well, I think, with some of the cinematic set pieces that they had. But otherwise, I'm just kind of wandering around in an open world that looks pretty good. Like on a nice OLED HDR, the whole thing. It's a good looking game. But maybe if I was more into the Avatar stuff, I would enjoy it more. But I'm just like, on Avatar.
Would you say like most Ubisoft games, it's like a great podcast game?
Yeah, that's what's funny is I'm playing it while I'm watching the Avatar movie again. that's kind of what I've been doing. Like I'm watching the second one now, that's like Way of the Water or something. It feels like it's taking forever to get through these movies.
In the water.
Yeah. Have you watched the Avatar movie, Sean?
No.
Okay. They feel like they take forever to get there. I mean, because the first one came out in 2009, and I think it was mostly just look at the kind of effects we can achieve. Look at these. Like the visuals are still pretty good. And then the newer one that I'm watching, Way the Water, was like 2022, a few years ago, and it looks really good in terms of all the CGI and stuff that they have to use for it.
Well, Avatar was like the first, like, I remember like I was like 10 or 11 when that came out. And that was like the first big 3D movie I remember watching in the theater. And I was like mind blown. Do I remember anything about the plot? No, but the effects. The effects were fire.
I mean, the plot, because I literally just watched the first one like this past week. The plot is pretty, now I'd say pretty standard, like by the books.
Yeah.
So it's not that really jumps up. Basically, yeah.
If you've watched Pocahontas, you're good. That's the one.
Just with big blue creatures and like sci-fi elements. So it's I mean, it's not a bad movie or anything. It's a good movie, but it's not. I think people are really into the lore and the series and stuff. I just haven't gotten. I'm just not at that level. I'm just like, this is fun.
I agree with Games-BF3TI. Dat meistens es well echt knapp.
What?
I mean, hey, he's spitting.
What does that mean?
Who knows?
Who knows? You just said it out loud in a podcast.
I mean,
Sean just gets canceled right away.
Won't be the first time.
That's a good sound clip right there. Evan, you play anything?
Nah, I've been stuck doing tabletop stuff. Some of my friends got back into it. I've been getting nonstop texts from them about list building and stuff. Occasionally, I'll hit up Ball X Pit just to keep pushing the new game plus stuff.
That had a good run actually in the Game of the Year Madness stuff. I mean, it just got knocked out, but a pretty good run.
It's okay. They've got a ton of free stuff coming up, apparently, like a bunch of expansion-y things. So it could be kind of fun.
That's the nice thing about those smaller games, like the smaller indie games. When they sell really, really well, it feels like they always just throw a bunch of free content at it. Like, oh, cool, we can fund our next thing. Or we can just put a bunch of extra stuff in this game that's selling well for us. Let's do that. All right. Let's do that.
I have an update. It's actually Dutch. So I don't think Dutch people use that. They're more like, the girl is really pretty.
Oh, okay. All right.
The girl.
The girl.
Oh my god.
Wait, so Spawn, the Game of the Year roundup, that's your whole poll for your channel, right? For the Game of the Year. Yep. Death Stranding, it got upset, right?
Yes, it lost to I think Dragon Quest 1 and 2.
Dragon Quest,
yeah.
Democracy was a mistake, bro.
Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remake also just took out Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
When you create a specific community of specific people who see your polls and then you put the votes out, those are the people voting for the results. Yeah. So
thank you.
It's like if I put out a poll saying which is better, PlayStation or Xbox, like my audience would probably vote for PlayStation.
Community-based bias, yes.
Yeah.
And yet Mario Kart World taken out.
Yeah, that was very clearly not going to win.
Yeah.
Mario Kart World gone. Blueprint's gone. Metal Gear Solid, actually, Delta took that one out. Split Fiction got taken out by Ghost Yote. It's interesting.
John,
interesting.
It's because more people played Yote that watch your channel than they do Split Fiction. That's all it is.
No. I mean, we talk about Yote pretty heavily when it was coming out. After it came out, it was pretty much in news.
When did you talk about Split Fiction? Never.
Yeah, we talked about Split Fiction maybe 2 or 3 news waves, and then like 1 podcast.
Was that like a February game, March game?
Yeah, it was earlier in the year.
Okay.
Yeah. It was like first quarter of this past year, I think. Right?
Gotcha.
I think so. I never talked about Hades 2, and that is rolling right now. Although
it's a popular game.
Ball Pit got taken out by Claire Obscure, which is like,
Claire Obscure is just going to win.
Yeah, it's probably going to win. It is crushing everything. It doesn't matter. This just rolls. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that really happened that was like, I mean, Dispatch took. Although maybe Trails in the Sky first. That might do it too.
How's Despelote been doing?
I don't even think is it in the list?
Why wouldn't it be in the list? It's one of the highest rated games of 2025.
It didn't have enough reviews.
Sean, have you played it?
No, I don't need
Sean,
to play
if you could play it,
I started playing
do
it.
a playthrough of it. If you could just do a playthrough of Despelote and put it on your channel, I think it would do numbers.
It's kind of
Yeah, you should do that.
I just like the name.
I know. But you just fire it up, read the title screen, and then quit. That'd be a short for you.
That's true.
just read the title like multiple times, so it's like 50 seconds long, and just quit out, and that's the short.
It's written beautifully. As someone who has played it.
See, Celia has played it. Sean, what's going on here?
Yeah, Celia's wondering also why it was not in your list.
Yeah, that and Silksong, man, the 2 top games of the year.
Silksong's in there. Despelote didn't have enough review. It beat Sonic Racing Cross Worlds 76% to 24%. So it took out Sonic Racing, and then it took out Shinobi. Sadly.
Okay.
Where's Everybody's Golf on that list?
Everybody's Golf
didn't have enough reviews.
Not in there. I don't think Everybody's Golf. I don't think that was reviewed high enough. It was hard to get into the bracket because there were so many highly rated games this past year.
Fair.
Like Metroid Prime 4 was one that people were, where's Metroid Prime 4? It's like, guys, Metroid Prime 4 was a number 138 on the list. It wasn't me.
And the fact that you had so many people ask you where Metroid Prime 4 should say everything you need to know about your audience. John.
No, there were a bunch of games. It wasn't just that one. There were a bunch of games people were asking about. And I'm like, guys, that one was like because I had a whole list. That one was number 93. That was number 80 something. That was number 100 something. So I actually started answering. I'm like, I think people are not realizing the number of games that came out last year that were rated 85 and up. There were a number of games people were asking about. And I was a little surprised. I was like, man, yeah, that's not making it. You know what? You know what was the most asked about game, Sean? What? Ninja Gaiden 4. Where's Ninja Gaiden 4? Where's Ninja Gaiden 4? It's like because Ninja Gaiden Ragebound made it. So that confused people. I'm like, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound was rated higher than Ninja Gaiden 4.
I think 2D games get rated differently than 3D. But I mean, you also got to factor in price and stuff.
You're right. Yeah, that's all part, but that's all part of it, you know? It's like, hey, some people will feel like, as you mentioned, 2D game price lower, we'll give a better rating to it because it's just all comes together. Like if it was an $80 game, yeah, people would be like, hold on a minute, this game's 6 hours long. So, yeah. And I was anything else. I mean, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 is doing it, so let's see. I think because the round 2 is almost done, so I'll post the updated bracket next week where everything is. All right, let's go through some stuff here. I do want to recognize that Sonic's 35th anniversary is this year. They put out a trailer for it just so everyone feels a little bit older today. 35 years of Sonic, and I had to double check. Yeah, 1991, and I remember it on the Genesis because I had the not for resale cartridge, like many other people I'm sure did. And it was a magical time. Most because I didn't have the internet and people telling me it wasn't a magical time on social media. What, Celia?
You're an old head, bro.
Yeah, I mean, Sean remembers that too. When we had the not for resale cartridges, and you're like, "Are we allowed to trade this in somewhere? Am I allowed to rent this? I don't know."
Yeah, this is my Sonic 2 because I got the pack in with the Genesis Model 2 was a not for resale.
I had the Gen 1, the Genesis 1 with the maroon purple stripe on that thing.
Yeah, my uncle had that. That was the first time I played it.
Yeah, I think my friends had the Genesis 2, and I actually like the look of that one more. I don't know why. Now I look back on it, I'm like, yeah, the Genesis 1 all day, though how that looked, but
it had better audio. Genesis 1 did.
It had the headphone plug-in on the front, didn't it?
Yes.
Is that the slider? That's weird now looking back on it, having that plug-in, because we don't sit that close to the systems anymore. But I guess back then we would sit on the floor in front of the TV.
I mean, you got your Portals and your Switch 2s that have headphone jacks.
Yeah, well, this is a console. And I guess now I'm thinking about it, we had to sit on the floor because the controller cable was, 5 feet long?
Yeah, I was like, that's why. There was limitations, and they were solving some things with that. Yep.
So you know, a lot of people had their TVs, the big wooden TVs on the ground. And that was it. You sat right in front of it. It was a good days. Yes, I guess Sonic stuff this year, maybe the next big 3D Sonic. I had to double check. Sonic Frontiers was 2022. So maybe they show the next one. I don't know if it releases this year. I assume they might show it for next year.
I think it could come out this year.
Yeah, you think so?
What do they really have going on?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe like
I would like
remaster.
I'd like to think they do something with. People have been calling for that Sonic Adventure collection for how long now? Seems like it would make sense for an anniversary like this to do it, but I wonder if it's going to be Sonic Frontiers 2 and it's just more Sonic Frontiers, or if they have some brand new big idea for it after Sonic Frontiers actually sold decent for them pretty well. So
I have a wish list of things. I like
Sonic.
Gosh.
Okay, Steely, let's hear the wish list.
Okay, so fun fact, guys. I share a birthday with Sonic. Not the year, but June 23rd is Sonic's birthday, and that's also my birthday. At Summer Game Fest, the creator was in the green room with me, and I let him know that, and he was like, okay, cool. So I think he thinks I'm crazy, but that's fine, whatever. So yeah, I think we deserve the Chow Garden. Whether it gets like remade into another game, or we get it standalone, or there's a Sonic Adventure, or whatever like type thing where they include it in there, that would be wonderful. Besides that, I think we need a new Sonic TV show. I think the cartoon is cute. And like I started rewatching Sonic X, if you guys know what that is. It's like the newer one. It's where he's like mean to Chris, the partner character. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
What?
There's a Sonic TV show. Is that on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But I haven't.
I've not watched.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah, dude, I loved that show as a kid. Okay, that was like my Sonic, and so I was like, man, like we haven't had like a new Sonic TV show in a while. I know that we had like Sonic Boom, but I didn't watch that one. So I would like to see a new one. That would be real cool. Yeah, and I think that they should release new Sonic shoes, like sofas or
Sonic
something.
shoes.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. Anyways, I want that for the anniversary. Okay, that's
you're gonna get some. You're getting some weird merchandise. You absolutely will.
Dude, I love weird merchandise. It's gonna be awesome.
That's gonna be a thing. So, I mean, a remaster would be cool. I'd be on board with
yeah, or like something, man.
Shadow the Hedgehog remake.
Oh, Sonic the Shadow.
But if you want to watch the cartoon, Sonic X, like he's really, really mean to Chris for like no reason. And they're supposed to be best friends, but he's, I don't know, it's like Stockholm Syndrome. But also, if you want to watch a bad Sonic cartoon, Sonic Underground is incredible. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
No, you have like all this like deep Sonic lore.
I know,
going on
I have a lot of it. It's obnoxious.
This involves skateboards potentially? Like
no, they're in a band. Okay, so Sonic Underground basically takes the plot of Sonic and just like throws it out the window. And they set it in this like side universe that's separate from the Sonic universe, where Sonic has two siblings. There's like a pink and green Sonic, basically, and they're all royalty. And they have to go into hiding because Dr. Robotnik takes over their kingdom. But they give them instruments, and they're like, they'll find each other through music and then save the kingdom. And I'm not making that up. That's real. It's a fever dream, and it's really, really bad, but watch it. Anyways, continue. I think it's on YouTube.
I only remember the two Sonic cartoons when I was growing up.
The old animation from back in the day, yeah.
See, those are great. But
one with Urkel, who loved chili dogs, and then one which was like the edgier one.
I do remember the really like the old one that was made for kids, yeah. Like that I was watching that, and there was a Mega Man cartoon that I remember that would come on near each other, like around the same block. That's about it. I mean, hey, I assume there's gonna be all kinds of random stuff with Sonic, and then forget about a Sonic Adventure collection. So that'll most likely be what happens. Let's see. We did have Kratos. Kratos got his casting announced, and there are technically two things that happened when it comes to TV series and film. The Kratos casting, though, they did announce it's Ryan Hurst. Now, Ryan Hurst was the voice of Thor in God of War Ragnarok. People are saying he was also in Sons of Anarchy. I've not watched that show, so I'm not familiar with his work there.
The only thing I know him from is Ragnarok, pretty much.
He was in The Walking Dead, too, according to Brett, because Brett tried to make this a topic last night, and I was like, cool.
That's all you did? You just said cool?
Yeah, I moved on quickly. I had to give my my condolences with the layoffs.
Well, you're not like a big God of War 2018 Ragnarok guy, though.
I mean, I liked 2018. Ragnarok was cool. I don't really care about.
You're more of a fan of the Greek era, it sounds like.
Oh, the original stuff was when he wasn't old grumpy man. I enjoyed more, but yeah,
Yeah,
he
so
was
I
Opie in Sons of Anarchy, according to the chat.
Okay, there we go. See, I don't. Again, I'm not familiar with his work there. I mean, you can see, you look at, because they have an image they released of him basically face to face, just about, with Kratos. I mean, yeah, you can see it. And the thing is, nowadays, everything can be digitally altered, or they can do all kinds of really good costume design. It's never really the look that I'd be concerned about with Kratos. I'm more like, what's the voice going to be like? What are the mannerisms? And then obviously, how are they going to set it up with a plot and everything else? So the casting looks good. I think that'll be fine.
Solid casting. Like, I think out of all the PlayStation Productions casting, this is probably like the most promising. Other than, I think Samoa Joe and Will Arnett as Sweet Tooth was also like fantastic casting. Because I was like, Tom Holland actually kind of won me over as Nathan Drake by the end of the movie. Pedro Pascal was good as Joel. Bella Ramsey was good in season 1. I did not like her in season 2 of The Last of
That's because she had to get older and like more serious in season 2, and it to me, it didn't come to, it wasn't very convincing.
Yeah, it just wasn't a good season of TV. I also blame the writers, so they kind of fucked her over with that as well. But yeah, they also, according to Deadline, they casted Sif as well. I think the actress's name is let me look it up. But the fact that they're casting like characters from God of War Ragnarok makes me think, all right, so I assume season 1 is going to be based on 2018. But are they also going to like cut away from Kratos and Atreus to show like what Thor and Sif and Heimdall were doing as well?
Yeah, I was still trying to figure out if it's a good idea for them to go with a series or to go with like a big blockbuster movie.
I think if it was based on the Greek era, movie was the way to go. But if it's like the Norse era, TV show is probably better.
Well, there's a lot there. There are more quiet periods and like quiet moments in the Norse era, whereas with Greek is just constant like battle and crazy over the top action.
Yeah,
so
and QTE sex mini games. Yeah,
that'd probably make for a much better movie than like 2.5 hour movie. So
yeah, I just hope they do flashbacks. Because, like, I know I don't want to spoil 2018, but there are some Greek characters that show up in, like, minor roles there. So I assume they're going to be in the show as well, but, like, proper flashbacks with, like, maybe, like, Calliope and Lysandra, and, like, Ares. Like, I assume they're going to show Ares, like, the blood oath scene in the flashback, which would be really cool. But, yeah, looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm not sure when. Did they say when this was coming out?
It's definitely not this year. I think at the earliest it's going to be late 2027. At the very, very earliest.
It's gonna be a bit for that one. And then we also had a first look at Lara Croft. Now Sophie Turner is playing Lara Croft. This is for, I guess, Amazon again. So Amazon is like cleaning up with a lot of these video game series now. For
sure.
Yeah. And this, so again, for me, I look at some of these characters. I'm like, yeah, okay, it looks like, in this case, it looks like Lara Croft. But Amazon's writing has been so sketchy at times, or hit or miss. I'd be more interested in how they are going to portray Lara Croft with this.
Portray or betray. It's one of
the other. They good. How they're going to do this, because we have a bit of a resurgence for Tomb Raider right now. I feel like that's about to happen. We have a game this year. It's going to be a remake of the first one. Next year, brand new one coming out. This series, I kind of think, is going to come out next year then, to sort of coincide with that.
Yeah.
So we have her, and I would figure, okay, she's in costume and stuff. They're going to start filming. Let's get an image out there of how Lara Croft looks for marketing and stuff. And again, for me, it looks like Lara Croft. Of course, people are back and forth on it as you'd expect online, but man, I would just need to see how this plays, because I haven't even really watched there was a Tomb Raider cartoon or anime that released. Was that on Netflix? I haven't watched that, so I didn't see this. So what do you think? What do you think of the Lara Croft look, Radic, Celia?
She looks like Lara Croft. Like I saw that and like why would I complain about this? You know, I do like to have their like focusing more on classic Laura this time around, because I do like the Survivor trilogy. I think it was like a much needed change at the time, because Tomb Raider before 2013 was kind of waning in popularity, so it was like a nice revitalization of that IP. But was it Shadow of the Tomb Raider was like what, 2018? That was like 8 years ago now.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah, refresh it, bring back classic Lara, because I feel like even with as popular as the Survivor trilogy was, when you think of Lara Croft, everyone thinks of, you know, the dual pistols, and they just pistols, sunglasses, and they nailed it in the screenshot. So
I'm glad that they put the dual pistols in there, because the whole time through the last trilogy of games they did, it was basically always teased, and you just never really got there for most of the series.
That was the ending of the first, like the 2013 one. She uses like the dual pistols at the very final boss fight.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, okay, that would have been cool to have her like that. I don't need to see the origin story of Lara Croft over and over again. Like, we can just kind of like how in Spider-Man 2018, where they're just like, he's been Spider-Man for a bit, so yeah, you know, great, that's fine. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but like you said, Amazon's been. I haven't seen Fallout Season 2 yet, but Season 1 was excellent.
Season 1 was very good.
Yeah, one of the better adaptations. So they got that, God of War, Tomb Raider. They're also doing Mass Effect as well, and I'm really curious to see how that turns out. So it kind of feels like Amazon is like that prime streaming service for these like video game adaptations, which is pretty good. Like more so than Netflix, in my opinion.
Jumping in, John, you made a really good point about the script, because you can't outact a bad script. So I think she looks great too. If the writing is great, then it's going to be a fantastic show. But I guess my opinions about it, similar to you guys, she looks awesome. I like that it's classic Laura. It would be funny, like in my head, you know, when people cosplay her and they do the polygon version where like she's like all angular.
Oh, yeah.
I keep on seeing memes of that, and like, so when you're like, what do you think about her costume? My brain's like, okay, real one or fake one. But I'm excited to see how it is, and I like that there's a resurgence, and I really hope that they treat this IP well, because you know it deserves it.
There's always room to screw up.
I know. Yeah. I don't trust Hollywood.
Well,
I was like reading
just an Irish accent. It's all about politics the whole time. Like,
the whole time. Oh man.
to be honest though, if they were gonna mess up one of them, this series or the game, I'd rather be the series and the game end up.
Oh,
good,
for sure.
So.
Oh yeah, no, 110%.
You know?
But you know, it'd be nice if they treated it with love and care. I remember reading this article that like a lot of writing now, like for sitcoms and shows, they write for, I guess they call it like dual screen, and it's assuming that the consumer is looking at their phone while watching the show.
Yeah.
So they have to speak in a way that it makes sense if you're half paying attention. And as cool as that would be, like I pay attention when I watch something, so I would prefer if they wrote
so when the people on the screen are describing what they're doing while they're doing it, you're like, please stop.
I know, I don't like that. It's like killing the medium, man. Anyway, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see.
I think they should have done someone different as Lara Croft. I'm not happy with it. And my vote would have been for Bella Ramsey to play Lara Croft. I think she would have been a great version. Man. I know she's interested in playing Spider-Man as well, which, you know, it's fantastic because she's a dad now. So I think they should consider possibly recasting. You could do a thing where like they did with like Aunt Viv and the Fresh Prince, where like for half the show it was one lady and then half the show it was a different lady. So, you know, maybe like the first season you do this woman and then the second one is Bella.
It'd be great if they do like not this one coming up, this next Spider-Man movie, but one in the future, and it has to do with the Spider-Verse, and Bella Ramsey comes through a portal randomly as a different universe of Spider-Man.
That'd be something, John. I don't know if it'd be great, but it'd be something.
Well, it'd definitely be great because you know that RGT stash video is coming. If nothing else, I hope Bella Ramsey walks through a portal just so Sean can make his video about it.
Dollars.
But yeah, like you said, it's a great time to be a Tomb Raider fan. 2 new games, a TV show, and I like Tomb Raider as well. But I'm just looking at Uncharted. I'm like, bro, fight back, man, fight back. We need you.
Oh yeah, there it is. I think I feel like they're set up for another Uncharted game, and
2035, baby.
But there were those rumors that Naughty Dog was working on another game, and people thought it might be another Uncharted game.
They need to worry about the first game that they showed before they start worrying about another game.
Well, apparently they're working on 3 games at one point, and one was The Last of Us Online that they put away, and that's not coming out now. Yeah. Intergalactic's the other one, and then there's this third game that's out there somewhere, and people think it might be Uncharted.
I really hope it's Uncharted. I'm just throwing that out there.
Me too.
It's been a really, really long time since 4, and I really enjoyed that game.
4 is going to turn 10 years old in May.
That's crazy.
Oh, that like physically hurts, man.
Yeah. 2016. Yeah, that's right. That's crazy. It's been that long.
Dude, wow. I keep looking at gameplay of that game. It's like, dude, this game could come out today, and it would feel like a 2025.
If you play the Legacy collection or whatever on the PS5, it still looks really good.
Man.
So
yeah, we need an Uncharted 5 and Jack and Daxter. I think that's the direction they should go, but that's just me.
Are you excited for the rumored Jack and Daxter live action movie?
Wait.
Oh my god.
Did you just make that up, or is that real?
No,
because
that's
I'm about to get really excited.
Ruben Fleischer, who is the director of Uncharted, said he talked to Naughty Dog about Jack and Daxter as well. And one of the reporters said you're probably gonna be annoyed by this. The actor who was attached to Jack was, of course, Tom Holland.
Oh man.
With Chris Pratt as Daxter as the voice, which is like, we'll see.
Chris Pratt.
That was okay. This sounds like a
cool.
fan casting now.
No, that was the report. That was the report.
Okay.
Chris Pratt.
I don't know.
Wow.
Like,
the only reason why I would welcome it, Celia, is because like they'll probably have like a product, like a video game to tie it in with the show, like a Jack and Daxter collection or a remake. It's like, all right, like this.
But I don't need a collection. I want a new game.
I
don't know. It might be interesting. I don't know. I'm just curious how the writing would be, because it was just so wonderfully like camp, like all of Daxter's lines, and he was just goofy.
Yeah. What's your favorite Jack game?
I like Jack 1.
That seems to be the common consensus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Because Jack 2 is like very like, when I played it for the first time, I was like, oh wow, this is like way different than I expected. Yeah. Like Jack is like so edgy and brooding, and like
I didn't like that. I liked him sweet. I liked him like, a fun little protagonist. I didn't like how the world changed him.
Yeah, it was definitely, you can tell like this game was influenced by like GTA during that time. It was like the whole era where everyone wanted to be GTA inspired.
I'm gonna move over to some news that came out yesterday, although apparently this was also something that was mentioned on a forum. It has to do with Highguard. And it turns out that the developers behind Highguard, or the publisher, you could say, did not pay for the last spot on the Game Awards. As in, so some games there are just there for free, basically, as ways for Jeff to then obviously pump up numbers, pull in more people, and then get more spots next year for paying advertisers. But it seems that Highguard was not a game that paid, say, even extra to be the big closeout game, which leads us to believe that somebody within the Game Awards, their entire production team, was like, hey, this should be the closeout game, which then leads me to believe that Jeff Keighley was like, hey, this should be the closeout game. So that was kind of strange that they didn't pay for it. This was shared by Paul Tassi, and then some were mentioning that on, I think it was Reset Era, Imran Khan also mentioned that 2 weeks ago, that it was not a paid for spot for that final closeout. And that sounds crazy to me, because I always looked at Jeff as being at least somewhat plugged in for the industry. And that feels like a very out of touch moment for him, but like more so than usual. I know Sean's laughing. That feels like a very out of touch moment.
Yeah. As a Jeff Keighley defender, it was hard to defend him on this one.
You defend Jeff Keighley? What?
He's in touch with the money side. With the money side, he's not okay. So he's more in. I would say he's more in touch than like your dad is, John. But like, I wouldn't say he's necessarily like completely tapped in. His shows are very based on, I feel, what he wants to show off, which is fine. It is what it is. But yeah, I don't know if I'd agree with you on that.
But this is go ahead.
Okay. I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that there's probably a lot of things that went into it, like during their selection process. I'm not sure what they do behind the scenes. It's just me speculating, but it could have been a million billion things. You know, we were just looking at slotting, and like, you know, there could have been someone who pulled out. There could have been someone, you know, that had a delay for like other reasons. Like there's like a lot of stuff that goes on during their showtime of like what they're planning to do. He could have thought the game just was cool from what they showed them. Because like Jeff doesn't just like select people, like reach in a bucket, grab some names and be like, okay, there you go. Like he does visit studios and plays the games before he like allows them into the circle or whatever, or selects them. So maybe what they showed him was really cool and he got all pumped about it and was like, hey, like this is something. And I know that you may or may not agree with his choices sometimes, but like, you know, it does go into like what he finds interesting with gaming and finding the balance. And maybe at the time it seemed like this would have been something. You know, he didn't know how it was going to end up or what the thing was going to look like.
But he did. He knew what it looked like. He saw it before it went out there.
Maybe it looks cool.
Stamp
I don't
of approval. And that's the thing. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's definitely all these events are, in my opinion, pretty self-serving, just with the guise of, oh, this is for the gamers out there and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you know, you could just kind of drop the middle talk and just do what you want to do, and then just you know, stand on your own with that. But it is what it is.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is, like, I know Jeff Keighley didn't mean for this to happen, but he kind of ruined the reputation of that game.
Oh no, he fucked that game. Yeah,
that game's pretty. Yeah, it's people were mentioning, and I've seen this a lot. Hey, isn't Highguard out in like 10 days or something? And they haven't posted a single thing on social media or on their YouTube channel. And it's not showing up really on the PlayStation Store like that. So
wait, how did he ruin their game? Like they're
I'm
the
not
ones
saying
that
like unintentionally, but like the fact that it was the last game shown and they gathered that reaction.
He kind of tossed it into the overhype state. Like
when you think of like a big the one more thing of like the Game Awards, like, no one really wants like a PvP multiplayer shooter,
like a live service game.
Yeah,
that looks like all the others. Like literally all of the others.
It's a case of if the game was in the. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I just say I wouldn't blame it for him because, like, also the developer was like, "Hey, I want consideration for this," or like whatever.
But
like,
I don't know about that at the end though. This feels more like they let him play the game. He thought it was, you know, functional and cool, and then found out that X developers for Apex and all these bigger titles were on it, and he thought that made it greater than it was because now these big AAA like multi-million-dollar live service games are here now as well, and he can announce it. But like the end game package just didn't feel good. It just felt like, we liked this from this game over here, so we put it in here, and then we grabbed that from that game, put it in here, and nothing really different.
Fair enough then. Yeah, I just don't think like he's the one that was like, let's just put it in the coffin.
Well, according to the story,
and just bury it like himself, you know.
Wasn't it that he approached them asking them if they wanted to be the final game, and they were like, yeah, sure. And so they paid to be on the show, but they didn't pay for the final spot. The final spot was offered to them, and then they took it. So it's a combination of really both of them, you know. I guess maybe the company thought the hype around it would be justified, but then, you know, the glazing before, like, this is the greatest thing ever. It's gonna suck.
This is gonna change the face of games. Just straight mulling you out on stage.
And he's like, wow, that was the biggest secret ever because it comes out in a month and nobody knew about it. It's like, well, nobody wanted to know about it. But I think the game, what it's going to end up being, it's going to end up being a streamer game. And I think people will stream it out of morbid curiosity, and then that could potentially help it. But, you know, this would have been a fly under the radar game that might have had a cult following, but now it just has a stink attached to it.
Yeah, it's hard to get that off of it because you see some of these other live service games, like we've talked about Fair Games, kind of joking about it. They'd have to change the name, the look, and basically make a whole new game to get rid of that that kind of stigma attached to it. And the thing with this game though is, of course, the developers are going to say, yeah, you should show it last because we obviously believe in this game. We spent this time making it. We're going to launch it. We're going to support it. So that's fine. But I guess if I'm Jeff and you are plugged into the industry and understanding, you go, well, what's happening right now with a lot of live service games, maybe it's not last, maybe it's second to last. Because if that came out and they showed it, but then the final closeout, oh yeah, there's a new Knights of the Old Republic game getting made, and they show that as the end, okay. I'd be like, that's
so
a
then
good
wouldn't
closeout.
you say that maybe he's not as tapped in as you like to give him credit for?
You know what? This is to be evidence that that seems to be the case, and it's kind of strange because what was the thing? But even before this, though, the story, we were trying to figure out how that game closed out the show, and what did we all say? Well, they must have paid a bunch of money. Like they had to have paid a bunch of money because this makes sense otherwise. So I kind of feel like we were all thinking like, oh, benefit of the doubt for Jeff. He saw the money and threw it up there, but apparently that's not the case. He just didn't read the room correctly. That's all I can think of at this point. It does also bring into question the Fast and the Furious closeout years ago.
That was the best
Well,
closeout.
Maybe he
That
really
was
liked
money,
right? Yeah.
That was money. You had the stars of the movie up there.
Maybe he really liked Vin Diesel. I don't know.
I'm
Maybe he was
surprised
a
they
big
didn't
fan.
have a hologram Paul Walker come out there and shit.
Oh
like,
my god.
He's a big fan of Fast and the Furious, apparently. It's a shame because that game is probably DOA. The fact that they haven't said anything is weird enough. So apparently there was an event that happened, and because
is that true? Like there was
I think it was it Tom Henderson that was like, hey, it's pretty obvious who didn't get invited to the event. And then I was like, there was an event for this thing? And it turns out everyone else was like, wait, there was an event for this? All typical press and stuff. So I think they invited streamers. That would be my assumption.
No, yeah,
they might have not invited Tom because they were waiting on the Prince of Persia thing to shadow drop this past week.
Gosh.
They thought it was going to be busy.
That was a weird story how that turned out.
They have to be busy.
They have a live tracker on their website right now, Insider Gaming, for when Prince of Persia releases. Like, is it shadow dropping? And it didn't happen yesterday, so I think it's still ticking down.
I mean, you saw like the trophies are live on PSN profiles for the remake, which is like
for
the game's
Prince
done.
Persia.
Yeah.
So
I have no idea what's going on.
No, but that's the thing. It's that and the Black Flag resynced. That one is also apparently like just about ready to go. So I don't know if Ubisoft's going to do a one of their forward events or if they're just going to piggyback onto Nintendo, Microsoft, or a Sony thing here coming up in the next month or two. But it seems like both of those games are closing in on being ready to at least announce it for Prince of Persia again, and then for Black Flag just for the first time again. So
that's actually not a bad idea because like I like a stealth like Ubisoft Direct or whatever they call it next week or the week after, because like Far Cry 3 is getting updated.
Yes,
that 60 FPS patch and a bunch of other Far Cry games as well. So that'll be like a nice 20
3 Primal and Blood Dragon apparently are getting 60 FPS patches on consoles, I assume, and maybe I've been curious if they thought about porting those even over to the Switch 2 at this rate. So
for sure,
they might do all kinds of stuff with that. And then the
I hope
Division.
they do the same with Division as well, and Watch Dogs 1 and 2 still 30 on PS4.
Well, the Division's getting that. There's like this definitive edition that they're doing for the Division or something. So that's getting some kind of refresh or re-release again. So it does seem like they would want to do like an event's kind of being lined up for them. So maybe they announce a Ubisoft Forward event and just announce a bunch of stuff.
That'd be cool. Maybe I would like to see that Rayman game that's been in the works. That's probably the one I'm most interested in.
It's a Rayman game.
I want a Rayman game so badly.
A lot of Ubisoft stuff happening. But does everyone think that Highguard is still coming out in 9 days? People have floated the idea of it being delayed.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that text social media.
Oh yeah,
where it's like, hey guys,
Keely fucked us.
No, oh my god, imagine at tag. No, okay. Like,
thanks, Keely. We're delayed.
I'm just so confused about that. Okay, so I know that you guys were displeased with the announcement at the Game Awards. Oops, it's life. But still, that's still a springboard of attention you're getting on your game. for your announcement and coverage, and people are talking about it. I was really surprised to see that they've been radio silent since then. The game's not on my radar. That's not a type of game I would play. So I didn't really realize that there even was a bad reception for it, because it's just not a game I play. So, I wasn't interested in what was going on about it.
While you're talking, see, I'll get an updated number for it. Go ahead.
Yeah, of course. And so the fact that they've done nothing and they haven't posted on social media, or barely have posted on social media, is just wild, because it's like they were speed running for people to stop talking about this game.
I wonder if because these types of games, they do lean into the live streaming community, so they probably had these big plans with larger name streamers. And now they're trying to reassess those contracts, maybe push it back. There's probably a lot going on that they weren't ready for.
I just want Highguard to know, if you need someone, hit me up. I'll check it out.
Give him $10 and a pizza.
Hefty bag, but I'll gladly check it out for you guys.
I have okay, this is over on just IGN's post of the trailer from the Game Awards. This is now 1 month ago, December 11th. 5,000 likes. This is on 468,000 views on it, by the way. 5,000 likes, 59,000 dislikes.
Jesus Christ.
So it got kind of buried.
I agree with Solar van de Sun. Wow, het niet verkwaakt voor mijn Nederlanders hertijn vinden. LOL.
You say that very aggressively.
That's how the Germans talk.
It's Dutch, I thought.
I thought it was Dutch.
No, this is a different person.
It's a different person. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Because the earlier time slot, now you're like prime time in Europe right now.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, international. Wow.
Well,
I'll look that up now.
After saying it very, very confidently on a podcast.
Oh
It's
God.
okay. I own German cars, except for the Pinto.
Well, we'll see about Highguard in I don't know, a week and a half. It's funny because I feel like that would have been a game that, Evan, you would have at least tried out.
Maybe.
And I mean, you just don't mind. I mean, it's going to be a free to play game. Maybe just one day go, whatever, I'll try it.
I mean, I doubt it's going to be anything. It just looks like Apex with more destructible terrain. That's not really like, it's just kind of procedurally destructible. I don't know.
No. Well, we'll see if it drops at the end of this month. Go over to some of the messages that were left here. Toasty says Donkey Kong has a conky. Thanks, Toasty.
What does it say? What does it
conky
say?
Dong. Donkey Kong is conky dong.
Can we never stream at one again?
What the fuck? This motherfucker was Dutch too. And he said, wow, I didn't expect to find fellow Dutch people here.
I think what we've learned today is that Sean doesn't know what Dutch looks like.
No. Well, yeah, they're kind of like, they got like a little Dutch boy hair. Like, remember when Shawn Michaels came back after like taking time off, like 2001, he had those doo-doo brown tights and he had the little Dutch boy haircut?
Yes, we all know that.
I'll pull up a picture.
Dark Type says, got a PS5 a few months ago and am working on getting the platinum for Astrobot, and it's my new favorite game. Any other PS5 games worth platinuming? Yes, Mind's Eye.
Mind's Eye, okay.
No,
no.
Go ahead. Radic
do
looks
it.
like he was thinking. Radic looks like
Nah,
he was thinking.
so obviously he probably got Astro's Playroom as well, the pack-in game platinum. Pretty easy. Sackboy is definitely more challenging of a platinum than Astrobot, but that's also like a fantastic 3D platformer. Highly recommend that one.
You know, ones are good though, are the Insomniac games tend to be pretty good for platinuming, because usually when you play through the game, you'll get a majority of the trophies, and there's like a couple here and there to get the platinum. So Ratchet and Clank is a great example.
Yeah.
But then so are the Spider-Man games.
Yeah, I think Miles Morales has one New Game Plus trophy, but the game, you can speedrun the game in like 2 hours, so it's not really like that big of a deal. And then I would recommend I was gonna say Lego Horizon, but no, definitely not. There one trophy that actually pissed me off in that game. But God of War Ragnarok is a fun trophy list. Like, I highly recommend that game as well. So I would have recommended Returnal, but then I remembered, no, that Returnal Platinum took me some time. Lots of RNG involved. So yeah, Sackboy, Insomniac Games, and God of War Ragnarok would be my recommendations.
John, check the private chat, please. And
Oh gosh, is this the
This is
Hold on.
doo-doo brown tights with Dutch boy hair. You literally type in Shawn Michaels Dutch boy hair and this pops up. So it's not like I'm making this up.
Okay.
This is what I know about the Dutch.
This is okay. Hold on. Let me
what I
put this
know
up.
about the Dutch.
I will put this image up of. Gosh. Here we go. Oh, let me remove this. This is apparently what Sean knows about the Dutch. There you go.
See? Look at the Dutch boy haircut. The doo-doo brown tights. You literally type, if you literally Google Shawn Michaels Dutch boy, it auto-populates.
Is that
like
Kane in the background?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was I think it was one of the earliest. It might have been the first Elimination Chamber. I'm not sure though. Yeah, kind of Oompa Loompa haircut style, or
Yeah,
Village
like,
of the Damned.
Lord Farquaad. That's what it reminds me of.
Yes. Very Dutch.
Okay. Let's see. This is from Elbit Man says, question for Spawn. You haven't noticed the new Mega Man collection coming out. It's on GameStop ready for pre-order. That is the Mega Man Star Force Legacy collection. That is not a Mega Man series that I got really into, the Star Force stuff.
I'm waiting for Legends, man. That's the one I'm waiting for.
Legends would be really cool. Whenever that happens, that's going to be an easy pickup, like right away.
I hope it's a collection because you know Capcom does port some of their games to PS Plus Premium, the Classics catalog, and I would much rather have a collection for those games.
Well, they should do like the Mega Man Legends 1 and 2, Misadventures of Tronbon. They could throw something like Mega Man
Soccer.
Well, I'd say Command Mission, the RPG in there.
Just
as something, because I don't know where else that'd pop up. It's like, here you go, whatever. It's kind of still RPG, strange kind of offshoot game.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the thing. They only have 3 games, so that I know there are 2 of them are high value games. Mega Man Legends 2 is like $80, and then Misadventure of Tronbon is $300 to $400 online. Yeah, so maybe they can just play it off at that and make it $40.
And after that, that's kind of it for Mega Man collections, right?
Yes, then they have to give us new Mega Man X. They have no choice.
They're forced to give us, okay.
No choice.
Yeah, you got the new Mega Man coming out in 2027.
Yeah. Yep, I'll be on that right away, but they got to get to Mega Man X eventually. I assume now that the whole thing's an RE engine, they'll be able to do more quickly. So Shinru says, good afternoon, Spawncast. Hope everyone had a good holiday break. I have a death battle matchup for y'all. Link from Zelda versus Samurai Jack. Debate.
Okay.
Cheers all.
Okay, what
Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack, huh?
Yeah, he's rad.
I think he'd be a better fighter with a sword, obviously, but Link does have all kinds of gadgets and bombs.
I think he'd be able to finagle it, man.
Think so?
Yeah, have you watched the cartoon series? It's very good.
Yeah, I mean he's very powerful in the series, but
his heart would be in it. Link's wouldn't.
I think if it was just sword versus sword, like nothing else, I think Jack would definitely win.
I assume this is Ocarina of Time Link, right? Like not like
that's kind of the one I'm picturing.
Okay,
I'm picturing, Ocarina of Time. I guess you could do like Twilight Princess Link.
Green Tunic Link. Yeah.
Green Tunic. That's kind of how I'm picturing it. If it was sword on sword, sword versus sword, Jack. But I don't know if everything else gets involved.
I feel like Link's fighting style though is like very straightforward, playing by the rules, and Samurai Jack would pocket sand him.
Yeah,
he just kick in, you know. I don't know. He has to save everyone.
GWT says, Celia, any news on the launch window for Mina?
Development
is Carrie
is
King?
going.
What?
I don't know.
Dude looks like Carrie. Is that a picture of Carrie King or is that a picture of the dude? Carrie King's a guitarist, lead guitarist of Slayer.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know. I guess that maybe.
All right, now I got to bring up a fucking Carrie King picture. Jesus Christ.
Director Rex says,
development's going great for Mina, by the way.
Okay, good. They're not. Yacht Club doesn't have to go work at Arby's anytime soon then.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Director says, thoughts on the new Lego Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time set on pre-order?
I have a few thoughts and feelings about it. I think it's great that the Ocarina of Time set is the Deku Tree. It's cool that it's customizable. It's cool that you get Ocarina of Time Kid Link and Adult Link in addition to Link and Zelda in that. But I think there was a lot of missed opportunities for it being so expensive. They should have had more characters. Since it's in front of the Great Deku Tree, shouldn't they have like Milo, depending on what you pronounced his name as, blocking you until you have your shield? Shouldn't you have Navi, Saria? I just like have an ocarina attachment for the fairy one that you were given as a kid. I don't know. I just feel like there was a lot of opportunities for them to have a bit more fun with this rather than just releasing, the Breath of the Wild style / Ocarina of Time Deku. I don't know.
They have Ganondorf in there, right?
Well, there's the other one. Yeah, there was the one with the
That's
Ganondorf.
like
it's the roof fight.
Yeah.
There's a new one? Oh wait, hold on here.
Yeah,
what
it's
am
like
I
a final.
about?
It's like a final battle.
Yeah, the box is just spoilers for the whole game.
Oh my god, hold on, guys.
It's only like $130, right? Which is like only for Lego. But for a Lego set, that's like pretty cheap,
Wait,
because like I saw the prices for Lego Pokemon. I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like this is more expensive than the Switch 2. Like, what are we doing?
Okay, this is really fun. Oh my god, I thought it was just the Deku one because I was looking at that and I was like, oh, that's cool.
This was announced, I think, yesterday or something, 2 days ago.
Yeah, the set will cost $129.99 USD.
Oh my gosh, the thing he's fighting, and oh my god, this is so clever.
Yeah, Ganon.
No complaints. This is awesome.
Okay, there you go. Celia is on board. Okay, so what's the price of the Lego stuff? Because I saw the Pokemon ones; those seemed really expensive.
Well, I mean, it's Lego plus they have to pay the company.
Yeah, I learned about this. I learned about this last night because I was like, okay, if you don't follow Lego, I don't follow Lego, right? So we see that 650, we're like, holy fuck! But there was a lot of Lego people, and they were like, oh, like this Millennium Falcon is $1,000 or something like that. It has all these pieces in it and shit like that. So I think it's just an like if you're not, tapped in with that. That's like if I show you a Hogan figure, how much would you pay for this? Oh, $10. Oh, well, I'd pay $500 because it's worth this, amount of money. So I think that's kind of what it boils down to.
Okay.
They should have done a Domino Rally Pokemon set. That would have been fucking cool.
Yeah, so Angel4298G in the chat says, no, the baseline is 10 cents per piece. It's a good deal by Lego standards. So
10 cents per piece. Okay, that's good to know going forward for when any of these pop up because we've seen like Horizon
the Lego
has done some
conversion
Lego
rate.
stuff. So Sony and Nintendo are doing quite a bit of Lego stuff. Nintendo especially right now. So it's good to know. Good to know the conversion rate.
Unrelated. Okay, do any of you guys use TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay, have you seen the guy that takes Lego sets and makes them Millennium Falcon shaped?
No, I gotta look this up now.
That's Lego talk. Yeah, it's a guy. He takes literally any set. So I've been really excited for him to do that with the new Pokemon set because I want to see an Eevee Millennium Falcon.
So he turns any of the stuff that's already it's pre-configured to be like you're saying Eevee, and then he turns it into a Millennium Falcon shape. Oh,
yes, and he uses different pieces, and it's like the same setup, but he does that. And it's so funny. It's so funny to see clip compilations of it's
yes, there's Simba as like a millennium.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. Oh, it's so much fun. I love it.
Let's see. Scott Woodford says, happy Saturday. Any suggestions for Switch 2 games that are hidden gems? Hidden gems.
How about Welcome Tour? Is that hidden or a gem? Yeah. No. Okay.
Welcome Tour.
I low-key want to play that game once I get my Switch 2.
I have a few.
They're really okay. There you go.
Well, I mean, they're when I say hidden gems, it's not first-party games. That I like indie titles. Okay, so one of them that I really really like. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo, if you guys know what that is. It's like a Game Boy Advance style game. You're this cute little blue bat and you're doing stuff in it. I really enjoy it. There's yo-yo mechanics. It really kind of reminds me of kind of like, I guess, a Minish Cap style game. Obviously not with the same one-to-one gameplay, but running around and attacking enemies and stuff. It's really reminiscent. So I really like that. And Roger is a 1 hour, like, I guess, simulation experience game. That was really fun. It's also like $5 on the eShop. I don't know. There's a bunch of indie games I've been playing recently.
Say Gravity Circuit. That's still a good game, especially if you like the Mega Man type games. Those are good.
Duck Detective.
Which one?
That's on Switch too. Duck Detective.
Duck Detective.
And the Ghost
what
of
is that?
Okay. Oh my God. I have the physical for this. Duck Detective is a detective mystery game. It's really goofy. You're a duck. You're addicted to breadcrumbs. That's a plot point.
Duck Detective: The Secret Salami.
Yes, that's the first
Okay,
one. And they released the second last year, which is Duck Detective and the Ghost of Glamping. And you're solving a mystery, and it's really, really dorky. And like, there's like, it makes fun of like noir-esque, I guess, mystery solving. And you talk to different characters, you collect clues and make assumptions and deduct the truth. Get it? It's really fun.
It's kind of crazy how you could switch one letter of the title of that video or of that game.
Oh
and make
gosh.
It like a completely different form of media.
Thanks, Sean.
Get the chair ready, pal.
Okay, sorry. Let's move over to the Switch 2 model that blew up online, and Sean was fighting this for a bit. He had to give in though because somebody talked about a really funny image that also popped up online. That was the straw that broke the camel's back for Sean.
Yeah.
Was the Switch 2 OLED that also got leaked this week. It was wild stuff. So on the website, on the account portal for systems for Nintendo, they have it set up so that each one is set so you pick it. It'll show an image on your account. And so you have like Switch OLEDs there, Switch 1, Switch Lite. And the idea is you can track them pretty easily. But because of that, people went and looked in some of the back end on the website code and found that there is a random model that is not at all set up for, I guess, being chosen and then being there as like a public option. And that's just codenamed OSM right now. And it is specifically tied in with the hardware as it seems to be categorized with them. But when you call OSM on the site, it just brings up a Switch 2 image. So this has led to all kinds of speculation online. Is Nintendo preparing some kind of system release already? And as it seems like it was added sometime in September to now. So it's apparently been there for a couple months and people just now noticed it. And then there was an image that Nintendo, one of their regional accounts, put online that is, I mean, just honestly a bad Photoshop job. And I could probably find it while we're going over this. And people were wondering if it was a Switch 2 OLED that was shared, when it kind of looks like somebody just cut out the Switch 2 bezels by accident, and it looks like a huge image on top of the Switch 2. So OSM people are linking to things like a Switch 2 Lite, but we are 7 months removed from the Switch 2 coming out. And would Nintendo really release a Switch 2 Lite already in 2026? See if I can find this.
Just switch up if you go on their Twitter. That's where I ganked it from. The whole thing is, first off, all the Switch 1 models begin with H. The Switch 2 begins with is codename BEE. This is codename OSM. Now, theoretically speaking, they could change it to something completely different, but why would they? None of this makes any sort of logical sense, and the leaps and bounds that people are jumping to is just... I never want to hear a fucking word about me being a clickbaiter again from any of these motherfuckers, because goddamn.
That's the image in question there. That, and I'm not even kidding. The Switch Up's post, almost 1 million views, by the way.
Yeah,
on it.
It has no bezel, and that's like, you know, I talked about it in my video about it today. Okay, let's say that's a Photoshop error. That tied in with the other Nintendo marketing shit with the fucking elongated fingers and disjointed hands. They need to get a grip on that shit. You can't be fucking putting out... At the end of the day, like Celia was explaining, that, you know, well, the marketing photos were outsourced or whatever, and then Nintendo just used them. That's fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, you are responsible for what your brand is promoting out there in terms of these images. And somebody has to approve this and say, yeah, that's cool. That looks good. Throw it up there. Like, there needs to be some quality control going on there. And there clearly is not.
Yeah, that's the strange thing to me is this has happened again. So the whole thing, as you mentioned,
it's such a short period of time. It's literally the last 2 marketing related things that they have done.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like, because the thing where people were holding like the Mario doll like weird, and that was, and as you mentioned, elongated fingers. There's some strange stuff happening in those images, whether it's AI or just poor photoshopping. I mean, that's just poor photoshopping again. And with that, of course, the timing with the whole OSM thing has people, like you mentioned, long jumping to some conclusions with that. A Switch 2 Lite already would be kind of crazy. That would be very, very soon.
Because it took 2 years from like the Switch 1 Lite, right?
It was like 2.5. It was 2019 because it came out alongside of the Link's Awakening remake that they did.
Oh, okay.
But it was 2.5 years because Nintendo is like offset from the holiday, so it was March. It was September, I believe, 2019. So 2.5 years after the Switch 1 came out, they come out with the Switch Lite. Now they are in a different situation now, I'd say, because they are going to, I assume, discontinue and stop manufacturing the Switch 1 probably next year. It's a 10-year run then, 10-year cycle. So I figure 2027 is when they pull the plug on that, move on. But
what they need to do, make a Switch 1 mini, like a Game Boy Micro or something.
That'd be funny if that's what this was. If all of this,
I would love it. I would love it so much.
Like they got the fabrication down so much that they could do some like small chip that's less reliant on power and is able to just stuff this thing down into almost a Vita size.
Yeah.
Like that, right? And that would be cool. I mean, cheaper plastics and stuff to make it so it's not expensive and it comes out, and maybe it's like 180, like 179.99, something like that.
Yeah.
So
like the size right here.
Yeah. Like we get back to the pocketable
really cool.
system, Go ahead.
Sorry, Celia.
Jump in. No, totally fine. I was like waiting for a pause. That I was like, oh, here's my opportunity, and I was like, just kidding. So just to humor the rumors, let's pretend. I just for the record, I 100% agree with Sean that this is just everyone clickbaiting this, and it's just a Photoshop fail. Like there's no reason. But let's just pretend. What I'm curious about with the reactions, the clickbait reactions to this, why are we thinking that this would come out soon? So like with Nintendo in general, they like having, their worldwide, launch where everyone can get a console to the best of their ability. Obviously they've made mistakes here and there with things, but with distribution and chip shortages and everything that's going on in the world, if they started now, then, this wouldn't be something that would come out for probably a couple years. So then it wouldn't be too early to release. I know right now we're looking at the console release, but if they were to, it's like, oh, okay, that's what would make sense. Why? So I just don't understand the outrage if this was something that was real, because we wouldn't see it for quite a while.
I wouldn't mind that HMON TV only Switch 2. If it would like completely out of left field one day, they're like, oh, here's a little system that doesn't have a screen, but it plays the Switch 2 games. That would be kind of interesting. But eventually they're going to have to figure out the lower end of the market, because a lot of us assume the Switch 2 is going to go up in price this year, like most electronics probably will. Yep. So it'd be hard to buck that trend when everything is using RAM and DRAM is getting squeezed right now. So even if these companies like Sony, the word was that they pulled in probably about 6 months worth of RAM supply to try to get past this, I don't think this is going to go away for another couple of years. So they're going to have to come to terms with it eventually. Nintendo would have to figure out the lower end of the market when the Switch 1 gets discontinued. Otherwise, their floor price might just be $500. And that seems really high for Nintendo to try to claw the way back to 100 some odd million units sold for the Switch 2. Like that would then kind of indicate that they lost a significant number of their user base if they can't pull them over from the Switch 1. And the Switch 2 Lite I assume will exist eventually. I don't think it needs to exist now. But eventually it will.
That's what I was saying. No, it wouldn't come out in the recent. If it were being produced, it wouldn't come out regardless. So why are we upset? Or like being it's too early if we wouldn't see it for a couple years anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm more interested in seeing some games.
Oh, I would love to see games.
That too. Games, yes.
You know,
games would be good. Games would be good.
Sorry, Super Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition isn't.
Hey, you got Mario Tennis?
Yeah, Mario Tennis. Mario Tennis is
it's looking fun. Looking
is
good.
up there.
Yeah. Animal Crossing update just came out, Sean. There you go.
You playing it, Sean?
No. Did you see that Grid Legends is coming to Switch too?
Yeah, it's end of this month, right? The 29th?
Yeah, I think so. I might snag that because I'm hankering for some racing action on the Switch too. Between that and Gear Club,
handheld racing.
I mean, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like,
we've got Tokyo Extreme next month. That'll be good.
No, that and Gear Club.
Yeah. Okay.
Racing's back, baby.
So the Switch 2 Lite, I mean, if I had to put a timetable on when, I think it will come out sooner in this generation than it did for the Switch 1, mostly because they already have the market research as to how many people wanted it. They can probably project out a bit easier now, but I think they're going to need it. That's the whole point, is once that Switch 1 goes away, they got to fill in the gap with what I would like to think is a $300 to $350 system, but even that might be kind of hard to get to right now. Although the dock is $100 some odd apparently.
Oh,
apparently. Allegedly.
What did somebody Faded Tape said the new Zelda content in Animal Crossing is peak? What did they do? Is it like, so that's why I liked Animal Crossing DS so much. I had my Metroid room, or I had all these fucking Metroids and these little little things and you'd go up and it would play beep 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 beep.
I do like that they tied in the old retro games again, but you have to have the NSO for it, which is kind of like
go play it on NSO. What are you doing?
I think the idea is you would set up, your little NES in the corner, and it's like, this is the game you can play when you come in, and it has to access NSO for it. But on the GameCube, when you had Animal Crossing, had a number of NES games just already on it. That was always fun.
You had to find them.
Yeah, you had to.
That was the beauty.
Dig them up in the yard for some reason.
Well, I guess it looks. I mean, it's all Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom eras. Oh no, there's a little Majora's Mask up there.
There you go. Okay,
it's not
a little Zelda room.
It's not. No, I'm still not buying it.
Well, that's I think the Switch 2 Lite will happen, but 2027. I'm going 2027 on that one. I think that does make sense.
Yeah,
Sean.
Yeah,
Radic. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean,
But I don't think it has to be holiday. I think it could be like that June, July release. Like, they can kind of do it whenever. So
I hope for the Switch 2 Lite, because when you pulled up that screenshot of the Switch, it reminded me. I'm sorry if we already talked about this on a previous week, but they announced the new Joy-Con colors, and it's literally just the color underneath the actual stick, which is so funny to me. I really hope for the Switch 2 Lite, if they have multiple color options, it's the whole thing is purple or.
That's a good point, because
I want the fantastic colors back.
Oh, okay.
I want clear plastic. I want atomic purple. I have so many things.
Yeah.
I have so many things that I want. So I 100% agree with you. Or even the indigo blue. I'm cool with that as well. I just want our consoles to be colorful again. I miss it.
When I saw them announce those new Joy-Cons, I'm like, really? It's just that's the amount of color you're using for the sticks and the side part of it as well. It's I don't know, bro.
When you're playing, you can't even see it. It's rude.
Yeah. I'm stuck with the default consoles now, because the Switch 2, based on what they're doing with those Joy-Cons, are basically just gonna be default darkish black gray. And then the PS5 Pro, they won't give me any kind of covers that change the colors because it doesn't fit on the PS5 Pro when they do
it. Dude.
So I'm just stuck. I'm whatever.
Yeah, that shit pisses me off, man. Because it's your most engaged customers are gonna buy PS5 Pro covers, so just make them.
Yeah. So I'm kind of stuck with the default. So yeah, Switch 2 Lite would actually be interesting just to see what kind of colors they would have for it, because I assume they'd have 2 or 3 different ones. So I like the idea of the fantastic ones, nice transparent, like a smoke green or smoke gray or something.
Smoke gray, jungle green, that'd be so fun.
Atomic Purple.
Because I assume like for like their Pro control, like the Resident Evil 9 has like a specific Pro controller design. It looks terrible, but at least it has like a design, you know. So I assume they're gonna do that with like the new Mario, the new Zelda, Smash Brothers.
I'd like to think so. I mean, I guess if they dress up the Pro controller, that's something, because those Joy-Cons, not really doing it. Not really doing it. Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Let me see. Scotty says, just got the Returnal Platinum last night. Thank God. What Platinums are you chasing at the moment, Radic?
Congrats on the Returnal Platinum. Yeah, as I mentioned before, very grindy, especially with those like red markers you have to find in every biome.
Yes, that is annoying.
Yep. Platinums I'm chasing right now. So Mortal Kombat 11, this is doing that like a few fights every night. I'm going to get it probably by the end of next week or the week after. And I'm going to go back to some classic games, because one thing I like about the classic catalog is like they have both the PS5 and the PS4 versions of like the PS1, PS2, PSP games, so I can play them again, get another platinum. So, and the next games I've been eyeing was Ape Escape and Ape Escape on the Loose, the PSP remake. So those are probably going to be my next classic platinums.
Yeah. Okay, good stuff.
Those are great Portal games. Like all the classic games are great on Portal.
Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I'm because sometimes I've seen a few of them pop up that don't have trophies randomly.
Yeah, all the Capcom ones, the Namco ones, and the From Software. Oh, well, the Armored Core games don't have trophies.
Yeah, it's kind of weird really how that is. Yeah.
Well, thanks to Mystic Ryan's interview, we learned that like the publishers have to pay for those trophy patches, and
right,
they don't want to do
strange. Yeah. Dice says, nobody will be surprised if we see Kyle Shanahan coach another masterful football game and get a W. 49ers are less of an underdog than people think. They're 7-point underdogs. If you think that, well, people are, that's probably why a lot of people are betting on them right now. Let's see. Is from Salty. It says, I noticed Nintendo's display at Walmarts all over my area have big red banners that cover up the bottom of the game cases, hiding game key card and Switch 2 edition info. How are casual gamers' parents going to know? I don't know. It's the game key card situation. It's never going away, man.
Nope.
Steven says, what do we think the Pikmin 3 Switch 2 version would have if it's real? 4K and game share only.
Wait, so it's 3 and not 4?
The Wii U game. Yeah, there was another listing that mentioned Pikmin 3, but I think it's just a free update. The way it's
okay.
The way its classification is handled right now, it seems like it's closer to a free update. So maybe it's just the resolution especially for on-screen icons, because otherwise they just get stretched to fill the 1080p screen on the Switch 2. They just look kind of blurry then. So I think that's what a lot of those are going to be, is just smoothing out on-screen text. That's what I would assume, Steven. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. Game share would be kind of cool, because I'd like to hope third parties would want to use that more, but it's right now it's a lot of Nintendo and occasional WWE 2K that shows up with it.
Yeah, so I don't have a Switch 2 yet, but I assume it's like kind of like PlayStation, where like if it's a free update, it's usually just like a 60 FPS patch resolution boost. But if it's a paid update, they add like content, right?
Yep, they do. They do at least some kind of content attached to it. Yeah. Okay. So like Mario Wonder,
they're all available on NSO, right? The upgrade packs.
No, not all of them. Like the Zelda ones are. So they're just included with it. And then they've done that here and there. That's the thing. The messaging is kind of mixed, because they've done it with some but not others. So the Zelda one starting out was cool, because like, oh well, I have NSO. I can just download the update, whatever. But then you'll occasionally get ones like Kirby, where you just pay the extra money and that's it. Like there's no other option really. So
no, it's if a game has story content added into it or additional content added into it, they charge you money. If it doesn't, then it's free. But in order to get the enhanced version of Kirby, like John said, you have to get the $20 upgrade.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, because I remember during Switch 1, like I was like an NSO. I was in the family plan because like one of my boys had it. And like having like the Mario Kart 8 DLC and NSO was such a great deal, dude. Like I was hoping they would do that with all their DLC. Like that would make NSO like the best service.
They only did it with Zelda so far on the Switch 2.
Shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. They keep. I feel like they're looking at NSO like, yeah, things set up for a price increase. That's just kind of I'm picturing Nintendo right now. Mecha Omar says, hear me out, a Lego game remake of one of the old top-down 8-bit Zelda games, original or maybe the Oracle games. A Lego game remake.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I'm surprised Nintendo hasn't done them. They do like the sets, but like a proper like Lego video game with one of their IP would be
collaboration with them. Yeah, because that would then appeal obviously to like the family, younger audience, family, general audience. Yeah, that's true. And any of these older 8-bit games would definitely work really well with some kind of Lego game.
They'll never do that, but I would love to see it.
You don't think so? Because they've done a lot of Lego Mario and Lego Zelda sets, right?
Sets, yes, but not like a game, because that's direct competitor with like their main brand thing, and they're very, very protective of that. But Nintendo's licensing is, finding new ways to have their consumers interact with their product on a day-to-day basis. That's like their like I paraphrased it, but that's their like licensing thing.
Yeah.
Years ago I went before I worked in like software, I worked in hardware, and I like went through their licensing deck, and like they look at new opportunities like that. And I just wouldn't see them
what if they
the Mario
what if they did that and then they were also released an amiibo that you build?
See, that would be so cool, but I just don't see it happening.
It's terrible.
The cringe in Sean's voice.
Lego can make their own little games and their own little universe. We don't need to bring Legos into this conversation.
Ice CP says, do you think Microsoft have the power to kill console and PC gaming in order to enslave us to cloud gaming? Do you think Microsoft has the power?
I don't necessarily think that's as far-fetched as you think it is.
No, it's absolutely not far-fetched with what's happening right now. So some of these big leaders keep saying things, and I'm like, hold on, what? No
renting computers and stuff like that, and like, if there's no RAM available and you can't get graphics cards and shit, who's the biggest component of operating systems on PC? Like,
hey, I'll tell you something. Linux getting a lot better.
I used Linux. I had a really shitty. This was like before they made Chromebooks. It was a web book, and Windows would just absolutely slog on that. So I fucked around with Linux. I mean, this was probably 12 years ago, and I mean, it was okay. Well, I think it was called Ubuntu.
Ubuntu, yeah, yep.
Yeah, because it had like an OS and stuff like that, a visual OS, and it was okay. But yeah, man, it's gonna fucking get crazy.
Yeah, but the situation we're in kind of forces the hand of people making Linux-based operating systems that one might just eventually come out much quicker than you'd expect. It's just like, it's just so much better. Just go to this. It's one disk in, you're done.
I'm shocked. I bought this like cheap laptop over Black Friday, and I was like, this would be a fun video where I get this cheap laptop that Windows struggles on. It's got like 8 gigabytes of RAM and stuff. It's like one of those budget laptops. I was like, what if I got it and loaded one of these newer Linux distros that's supposed to be really fast? And I put Linux on there, and dude, it looks very close to like a Windows or Mac OS now, and it's like super easy to use. So the only hang up, they don't have Adobe Premiere support, and I unfortunately can't get away from that. So that's the only thing tying me to Windows at this point. Honestly, the gaming performance is better than Windows right now from what I was testing. And other than a few games like Battlefield or things that need like kernel level anti-cheat, they all mostly work. So yeah, if people have an old laptop that is kind of retired because Windows is now Windows 11 and Copilot needs to check in on your files every hour for some reason, just to make sure.
I love right clicking on things on Windows 11 and watching stuff slow down because Copilot's trying to create the little section under it of just like.
Is it just me? But like, does Windows randomly just stop for a minute? It just like like I have a nice computer. It just stutters. It's like, what is Windows doing? And I hear the fan kick up, but then it quiets down after 30 seconds. I'm like, that was weird. What happened? Nothing's going on here. So I don't know. This Linux distro that I'm using is like super fast, called CachyOS, and it is incredibly fast. So I don't know. I'm looking at Linux like it's not bad now. It's people who were afraid of Linux a few years ago might be worth revisiting. Just see what you think now. Let's see. This is Jorge who says a short period between the OG and light version. Also, Sean, I was unaware that you were a Linux user like 12 years ago. That's actually kind of impressive.
I have lots of lore about me that I don't reveal.
Yeah. That's actually, dude, 12 years ago,
for
Linux,
legal reasons more than anything else.
Some of it, yeah.
Dude, 12 years ago, Linux is nowhere near what it is now. So that's actually kind of impressive that you're like, oh, I'm going to load this up and use it.
PS3 had Linux support.
That's true. I told Celia a story on the after show of Game and Talk, and she was like, you need to talk to your therapist about this. I was like, is that bad? Really?
Yeah, I paused and went, oh, and Sean was like, I thought you were going to yell at me. And I was like, no, Sean, are you okay?
Does this involve an uncle or something, Sean? Like what?
No, it was
No, Sean, I don't think you should.
You can, Radic, just so you're right, you can actually load Linux on the PS4 Pro, and you can run Steam games and even emulate GameCube and PS2 games and stuff with it.
Dude, the PS4 hacking scene, whatever you want to call it, is crazy. It's like genuinely insane. Like, don't they have like the equivalent of like the PKGJ shop on?
Yeah,
they
do. People won't really talk about it, but they do have it. It's there.
Okay.
It exists. They're like it's like the Fight Club mantra for that.
Oh, okay.
So,
hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically, because they know
could be
Sony's
there.
like looking around, but hypothetically it's pretty cool, and hypothetically it does work. So Jorge says a short period between the OG and Lite versions isn't unprecedented for Nintendo. Think back of the DS to DS Lite, which is about a year and a half difference. I mean, that's what I mean. That's the thing. I wouldn't be shocked if it came out sooner, but it would catch me off guard a little bit. So
I also think that's kind of apples and oranges, because they were always fucking around with the handhelds, not so much the home console. And I understand that, this is a bridge between the two, but I think that could potentially make them a little bit more cautious now.
Sure. I just think they want to get one more holiday out of the Switch 1 before they're ready to move on in 2027 and stop manufacturing them, basically.
That's why you introduced the
how much
fucking
time
Micro this year.
Yeah, how much time was in between the original Wii and the Wii Mini? Because I never had the Wii Mini.
Oh gosh, Wii Mini came out, wasn't it years and years after the?
I want to say like 4 or 5 years.
Oh damn.
They did,
okay.
But Radic, they did do it was a Wii that removed the GameCube ports. So they did that revision. When was that?
That's something I want to add as well. That's something that I mentioned in my video that I feel like not a lot of people are considering. Like remember PlayStation made it from didn't they go from 1 terabyte to 825 or something like that?
Shrinkflation. Yep.
Yeah. It could be something like that.
Shrink it down.
What the OSM Switch 2 model is. Like there's a lot of possibilities, and it's just kind of crazy to run to the extremes already.
I do like the idea of a Switch Micro. I think that would actually be probably if my preferred because I would like to see a Switch 2 Lite. That's my second. That's my runner-up.
The thing of it is they raised the price of the Switch 1. This is how you kind of come along and be like, hey, look at this. This is because what's a Switch Lite go for? 230 now? 230? If you come in 170-ish or something?
Yeah.
Even if shrink the screen down 150, hell, it'd probably make some of them Switch 1 games look better with a smaller fucking screen.
They won't even give you a charger. They'll take the charger out of the box.
Yeah, no charger, just USB.
$75 separate.
But I mean, everyone has a USB-C charger. If they do USB-C charging on it,
it's definitely not as egotistical
egregious
as
like
the new 3DS XL, where they didn't give you a charger even though it's proprietary.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was really
cut
funny,
cost
dude.
on that.
Oh my god.
Yep. That was a whole thing because people come in and buy it and be like, you need a charger with that. They're like, this is new.
Well, the assumption was you were upgrading from your former one, and they hated the idea of you having like 10 chargers because you just kept buying new versions.
I like that idea. I want to have so many chargers that there's a charge. Just every wall socket has a charger in it, just sitting there in case I'm near that socket.
Yeah, I like the belief that you only have one outlet in your house. This is Warfame says, do you think there will ever be a Mario Paint 2 with social media? I think it would do great with the creativity aspect.
Okay, can I jump
You
in
get
on
a lot of
this?
penises and racial slurs.
Yeah, of all 20 people that actually use it for that.
Oh yeah, okay. So personally, I would love to see a Mario Paint 2. I like, drawing and stuff, and I think it would be really fun. But Yeah, people would just draw porn on it, like 110%. Like it would just be all hentai. Like I do not foresee this being used for its intended use ever. And you know how like with Nintendo, you know, I think it was like in Super Smash Ultimate that you can make stages. Or if
You
I'm
make stages
misremembering.
there.
Yes,
And then there was
I know
that whole
exactly what you're
thing
talking
about how they had to like monitor it and like wipe out all the inappropriate stages. Imagine that now for Mario Paint 2. It would be too much work,
Well,
and I just do not foresee them
It's creating
doing
jobs,
that.
though.
Well, that was like
Splatoon
PictoChat
2
as well, right?
Yeah, PictoChat.
Yeah,
Splatoon
PictoChat.
2 had the bit-based art you could leave on your characters while you're just sitting in people's towns, so that was crazy. And then I think there was a news post recently about how they finally closed down the adult-themed Animal Crossing island.
Yeah,
finally,
yeah.
after
Like
a
5
year or
years.
something. Yeah.
No, it
How
was
was
like
that? How was that
it was
for 5
years.
years?
That shit was up.
How did it stay up so long? I don't understand.
I don't know either.
5 years.
I remember when I first got my DS, me and my buddy went out to dinner with his family, and we just kept drawing penises on PictoChat and sending it to each other and laughing. His dad was really drunk, and he got really mad because it was like he thought we were laughing at like the workers or something, and they're like, "No, dude."
You're one of the people that got Swap Note shut down on the 3DS.
Oh, it used to, because you remember it had the range, and so like a GameStop would have a display unit with like PictoChat on it. So like see someone walk up there, like, "Yep, you're getting a penis, pal."
This might be a dumb question, but like if we have original DSs, can PictoChat still work or no?
Yeah,
It does. Okay.
It does.
PictoChat wasn't online. It was system to system.
Yeah, it's local.
Oh, okay, cool. Just wondering.
It's still, by the way, still amazing to kids. There's the stylus, they just like drawing. That's it. Still
Yeah,
works.
I have my DS also, but like, you know,
So if
obviously
you bring your
none of my
DS
friends
to
use
too many
theirs.
games, I'll draw you some penises and send it to you.
Wow, I know it's like
I
months
figured
away,
that's
but
what you were.
No,
updated
I
on.
was just curious. I was just curious. No, yeah,
trying to
I know
help.
it's months away, but I've definitely forgotten my DS. Let me go.
Want any RGT originals?
And well, correct me if I'm wrong. And back to the question, isn't like with Mario Paint, is like Mario Maker kind of like a spiritual successor? Because it does have like some of the same icons and like iconography of Mario Paint.
You can make kind of the
Mario
music
Maker.
and the sound effects out of
Like
it.
it has like the fly swatter and all that good stuff,
don't-
right?
I think there's room for both because Mario Paint is more drawing, animation,
The music
and,
stuff, right?
yeah, and there is a Mario Paint for the 64DD as well that never came out here, but you can play it via a flash card or something like that. And like they didn't just do one. Like there was a Mario Paint that was like traditional Mario Paint, and like some of the graphics were like you could do pre-done stamps of like a nice Link. You know, you could do a background like a Legend of Zelda like dump background on there. But there were also ones that utilized like a camera and was like a fashion show and stuff. Like,
Oh, cool.
I feel like there's something more you could get out of it by kind of all encompassing like different forms of art and stuff. But once again, it's also been so damn long, and it's like really the time for a Mario Paint, if we're being honest, was the Wii U. And since that came and went, it's kind of like, you know,
That would have been
play
a good
the-
time, yeah.
play the Super Nintendo. I mean, you do have the mouse controls now, but that's what made Mario Paint on the Switch 2 so interesting, because you have those mouse controls.
Oh, that's a good point. Like the mouse controls with like a Mario Maker 3 would be pretty
Yeah.
sick. Because
Yeah.
that was like a problem with Mario Maker 2, right? Like that was like one thing Mario Maker 1 did better than Mario Maker 2 is like
100%.
the actual creation of the levels were.
On the Wii U, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also felt like, I felt that Mario Maker 1 was kind of more interesting. Like Mario Maker 2 had more styles of Mario games that you could pull from, but I really liked like all of the stamps and stuff and how you could like change the Mario character to a different character and stuff like that. And that wasn't really in Mario Maker 2. You remember they had like a Mercedes in Mario Maker 1 because they were doing some weird thing with Mercedes and Mario Maker or Nintendo teamed up, and like the GLC was in like Mario Kart and shit like that. Like that was
They had
fucking...
was that the one with the commercials that had the weird bodysuits and live action shit? That was awesome.
Like that shit was cool.
Yeah, it kind of feels like to me Mario Maker 2 was like I don't want to say underwhelming, but it felt like Nintendo thought that game was going to be bigger. Because the one image that always strikes out to me is like extra game styles, that menu, but only had one. And there's like an extra space for another one.
Yeah.
Go over to final thing for today, the PlayStation. As it seems like they might be cutting down more and more on shovelware games. We had a person notice that a publisher by the names of THI Games, so either The.
Well, here's the thing. Doesn't that sound like Asian to you? They're a German company.
They're German. I looked into them a bit. Yes, it's a company out of Germany. All right,
Jumping strawberry, baby.
And
the bonbons as well. Yeah,
their games were just completely delisted from PlayStation Store. And the thing that stuck out to everyone is they had the 4th most published games on PSN, PlayStation Network. And people were like, well, how many games is that then? It's over 1,000 games. And I looked into it a bit more. The earliest instances I could see of people even discussing this company was 2022. And it seems like they've really only been around for 4 or 5 years, but somehow have, it says here, 1,194 games before the delisting. So, of course, I was curious what kind of games were they publishing?
Jumping strawberry, baby.
What was the big move here? Well, I had to go over to their site, and their link didn't even necessarily bring it to their games. I had to go back through and then take a look because they all got delisted on PlayStation. It seemed like they were linking out to their store pages. Jumping Bonbon Match 5, the Jumping Food Race 2, the Jumping Food Catcher, the Jumping Food Racing, the Jumping Orange 3, the Jumping Bonbon Match 4, it's prequel.
Oh, the
Jumping
classic
Strawberry.
Yeah.
No, that came out first.
Oh, they haven't listed. Oh, no, I go to the bottom.
Yeah, the listing is in newest to oldest.
Got it. Quiz This Series. Are you the new quiz master? Archer's Dream, Mr. Hibble, The Lost Levels, The Jumping Food Memory. These games look terrible, by the way. You go through and look at it.
Good fucking riddance, dude. Like,
no. It's so
like,
bad.
What else is there to say about? Like, this is a good move, in my opinion.
It was a good move. Like, okay. Yeah. Okay. I mean, there's a lot. If you go on the PlayStation Store or the Switch 2 or like the eShop and you just go to recent releases, it's disastrous.
Oh
bad, my
dude.
gosh.
You need to look at last night Brett and I looked at what the fuck was her name? Red Fable Games, or the one who just did Red Fable's game studio. Like, look at their lineup of games.
Red Fables.
Somebody found out in the chat that they were based out of Spain. It's literally just AI games.
Oh wow, yeah. She has a huge rack. Oh my god.
Yeah, John, pull that up. That's the first thing you see.
You goddamn.
But no, they just.
I want to see.
Redfables.com it looks like their games about us.
They just did a game that released on the Nintendo Switch called Anime Feet Boys, The Charm Finder Quest. And there's also Anime Feet Girls, The Charm Finder's Quest. That came out on the same day. There's another game called Anime School Love, Her Teacher's Secret Lesson. That's currently on sale right now. And what they do is they make these quote-unquote romance games, which are just stagnant images with text prompts and stuff. And like sometimes like the anime feet game, you like step on stuff. But it's like they churn these out. They've released like 40 games in the past like 3 months. And it's like, why do you allow this? Because here's the thing. When you submit a game to the eShop, they see it. Now, they're not checking the game for this, that, or the other. They're really just checking, like, you know, to make sure that there's like a digital instruction thing, to make sure right terminology. But there's a company that's, you know, sees that. Nintendo sees that game and they're just like, yeah, this is cool. Go ahead. And it's like, come on, man. Like, I get it. Video games are art and shit, but you gotta draw the line somewhere.
Guys, I think we crashed the website because
I think I can show I think I could show
Okay,
that. That's
sorry.
their
Think you
awesome
can show-
portfolio.
Okay.
I kept on
Yeah.
restarting it and like refreshing, and I kept on getting 404 errors, and I'm like, how is this?
Oh, now I'm
possible?
getting that too.
Yeah, no, we did this. All 5
Well,
members.
evidently
there.
I did ruin gaming on YouTube, so this is me ruining gaming companies now, I guess. Sorry,
You know-
Red Fables.
Yeah, you'll have to do a playthrough of Dungeon of Love to make up for it. I'm thinking.
Hey, send me the bag, baby.
Boys erotic date, man. Dungeon of Love, wild. There is a market for those games, and they make a lot of money.
And that's the thing.
good for
I
them,
actually
guess.
found a Reddit post, because Brett had to step away or something, so I was just bored, and so I found a
Stop it on
Reddit
Reddit.
post where someone was like, "Yeah, I bought 2 of these games," and then like people in the comments were like, "Oh yeah, this is a good one from them too," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, I assume the target demographic is like 18 to 24, because like those are people that are just trying to like.
The legal demographic, yes.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like the people that buy them and enjoy them, because I feel like those are the people, they're new to adulthood, they're figuring out what they want to do in life, this, that, and the other, and stuff. But
Dungeon of
I
Love.
don't know. I don't know, man. It is what it is, but it's a little bit concerning.
Well, we got to this point where this company's developer had almost 1,200 games, and we're still kind of in like the earlier days of AI just making games and churning them out. So in a few years, I mean, how many are going to start showing up? This might be very common for one studio to put out these kind of games at that kind of a rate, where in 4 years you could have 2,000 games that you're ready to submit over the course of time. So that it just seems like curation is going to be really necessary in the next year or two. But then it comes to the question of what shouldn't be on the storefront then.
Yeah.
What do you take down? What do you leave up?
What's considered shovelware? A bad game isn't necessarily shovelware. Like where do you draw the line?
Yeah, because Mind's Eye, I wouldn't delist Mind's Eye. It's a terrible game, but
No,
like,
it's terrible, but it's not shovelware.
yeah.
Well,
But then you got people like Celia who are just huge fans of generative AI.
Oh my
fully
God, I hate
embrace it.
you. No.
Just downloading Dungeon of Love right now.
Dude, I was watching the trailer while you guys were talking.
Fuck off. You like that date everything game where like you fucking date a lampshade.
I enjoy
cut a
dating
hole in that
sims.
bitch.
Okay, like I enjoy tasteful ones. I was watching the trailer while you guys were talking, so I'm sorry if I was making faces. Yeah, it's a game, man. Good for them.
Have you got? I mean, if you look up the cover art for Carnival games from the Wii.
Oh yeah, classic.
Now, think about this for a second. Just cut that center square. So there's no Wii box or anything there. You just see kind of the key art for it, and then think to yourself, if this popped up, would I throw this in the barrel of AI games? Don't let it on the storefront, because that ended up being kind of a classic game for the Wii. But I feel like it would probably fall in line with a lot of these AI games, just the look of it and stuff, or the low effort shovelware games that would probably not make the cut. So you're right, Sean, in that what does and doesn't make it. And how do you decide that?
Does the eShop is? Oh, sorry, Sean.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask. Does the eShop also have like? Because this is happening on the PSN store too. When I ever go like search by recent releases, it's always that fucking tongue Sahur AI guy. I see that guy all the fucking time now. So does the eShop have those games?
The eShop has a lot of what these companies will do is they'll put a game or two out, and then like a week later they'll release it in a bundle, so that way it's at the top again.
Oh
and
my
stuff like
God.
that. But there's a lot of, I mean, it's like every week it's like Hentai Sudoku 2, Hentai Puzzle 17.
Or there's a simulator game for everything.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're doing a Sudoku puzzle. I got to keep the mind sharp.
I mean, yeah, it does. There's been, but yeah, like the simulator games, like, and they're always copies of other like popular, like the Quarantine Zone that everyone is playing now.
Huge.
There'll be a thing in a week or two on the eShop as well. What's that fucking series on Xbox where they re-release the game and then they have like it's like a old school survival horror, but they're all fucking slop. Outbreak, I think it's called, or something.
Or
Daybreak or Daymare, one of those titles. And like they just re-release the game like all the time. Like that's kind of what the what the joint thing, if you kind of read between the lines with that PlayStation put out, I think on the 14th.
Oh, Ebola Village?
Ebola Village. I was about to
that's a whole different one.
Shit.
That's a new. But see, like, okay, so for instance, you look at that game, but PlayStation and Xbox both shared that trailer on their official page.
That's insane.
So it's like,
that's kind of embarrassing.
You're just like, do you care? Like, I don't think you really do. I think you're just as guilty, because at the end of the day, you can make money, and that's the thing. All it takes for one of these slophouse studios is to hit on one game, and then nothing else matters. So, it's like Outbreak is what it was called. But, like, it's crazy, dude. All it takes is just one hit, and then who cares about everything else? You're just trying to get another hit. But if you don't get one, who cares? You made so much money because you're not investing any money into these games. You're using whatever, quote-unquote tools you have. And that's why I say... People get mad at me. They say, oh, well, that's such a defeatist attitude to say that the AI is out of the back, blah, blah, blah. It's like, call it what you want, but it's fucking true, dog. It's fucking true. You're not going to cram this back into a bag and then it's magically going to fucking go away.
Yes.
Like, it's just going to get worse, pal. It's just going to get worse.
Yeah, I miss when our slop games were like Life of Black Tiger. Remember that classic gem?
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic. Just companies who had no idea what the fuck they were doing. They were just like, throw it out there, baby.
Let's go over to some of these chats here as we wind down. The Radberry Show says, "Hey all, do you have a favorite gaming track to listen to? DMC5 is a go-to soundtrack for workouts at the gym. Great show as always. All I think about DMC5 is when you select it or hover over it on the PlayStation home screen, and it just immediately kicks that track in, like the theme, Devil Trigger. They just plays it over and over again. But I guess I will say the Ace Combat 7 has a very good soundtrack that you can listen to off the game. That one's very good. Jared says, John, thanks for my daily dose of, if not, hit the dislike, and here's hoping. Hey,
he said dadly dose, sir. Dadly dose.
Dadly dose. Thank you. Love to the cast and chat from Seattle.
Seattle. The infamous Second Sun city. Yeah.
That's Seahawks Town. Hit the dislike if you don't like a video. Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Need that engagement, brother.
Don't give a fuck.
The Radberry Show says, and he plans to invite anyone associated with Xbox for next week's podcast, considering the showcase. Jez, Rand, Maddie, etc.
I'm literally right here. What are you talking about?
It's YouTube's very own Xbox YouTuber. He's right there on the couch.
Did you see that Forza Horizon 6 said that it was going to be the biggest, or they made like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. The Horizon events, like, they made a big change to it or something, or it was like, they made a tweet today. Let me pull it up real quick.
Okay. Look it up. We'll come back to you. I mean, Jez, Rand, Maddie, always welcome here. It's trying to get the schedules to sync up, because I know Jez is so many hours, I think, ahead of us. I think so. That's the thing. It's tough.
Yeah. Maddie and Rand are in our EST, right? Maddie for sure. I don't know about Rand.
Maddie
EST,
lives near me.
Really?
Here's a funny story. When I picked up the Switch 2, I checked my Twitter DMs when I got home, and he DM'd me. He was like, "Were you at this Best Buy?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh, I saw you." I was like, "Why did you say anything?" He's like, "Oh, I wasn't sure if it was you." I was like, "Do you live
Not
near
sure it's
me?
you. Have you seen Sean in person? You definitely know it's him.
The biggest
sheet of print, and it's him.
No, I was wearing my American flag shorts and a
sunglasses. Yeah, that's definitely what.
John, I wear the sunglasses because I have very sensitive eyes to light. Like it's not
pitch
a
black.
gimmick.
And he's wearing sunglasses outside.
Dude, John, you can go fuck yourself. When we went to the wrestling show, when Rax and I went to the wrestling show, I had to wear my sunglasses the whole time.
Yeah, because of all the strobe lights and shit. It's crazy.
Yes, I took them off for a minute, and I was like, "Oh my god, I can't see anything," and I had to put them back on. So Forza a day ago put, "Hey, if you're free Thursday, there's a developer direct where we'll talk about the biggest thing to ever happen to the Horizon Festival."
Ooh, okay. Interesting. They're pumping that up. I think that's going to be a good showing for them. I do. I think Playground Games is. I think they're going to turn in a pretty
the
good,
fact that they have 2
event.
games there is kind of crazy.
Yep. But let's see. We have Little Guy says, big fan. Any Spawncast members present or off on an ambassador or sponsored by Nintendo? I know Click is, but is
any of us
OJ or
kill an
Nintendo
ambassador?
Super RGT? I was about to say, wait,
No, Nintendo hates
I'm not going to
me.
admit to that. What?
They hate me. They sent me a legal email once. I'm not an ambassador for
But
them.
OJ is definitely a YouTube or Nintendo
Yeah,
ambassador.
I'm
Definitely
not-
tell him.
I'm
he
not an
is.
ambassador
It
for
is.
Nintendo either. Nope. All right. That's it. Let me go around here as we finish up. Radic, sir, where could everyone find you? What do you got coming up this week?
I'm at Real Radic on every social media platform: Twitter, X, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all that. I put out a YouTube video earlier this week about PlayStation predictions. A very original idea, I know. I got another video coming up about PS3 exclusive content, and I'm going to be on Summon Sign next week with Brad and Colin. That should be live on Tuesday for their Patreons. Release the free feeds for everyone else. So yeah, that's what I got looking. That's what I have up. I can't even talk right now. Just follow me at Real Radic anywhere, pretty much.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Go check him out. His predictions video and on Summon Sign. Go to Celia. Celia.
Hi guys, you can find me on Twitter. I'm Celia B with 3 E's. I'm also on Instagram at Kosher Gamer, and I'm also on a podcast with Sean, Josie, and sometimes Nate.
I think we could add sometimes Josie to that. We fucking switched the date.
I'm on a
This is
podcast
sick.
with I know. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, feel better, Josie. So I am on a podcast with Sean and sometimes Josie and sometimes never Nate. And it's really fun. I'm going back to streaming, and I'm still working on the video. I've been sick for the past few weeks. Like I've been recovering from bronchitis. That's why I kept on turning off my cam like the last Spawncast I was on, because I was just coughing up a storm. But I'm okay now, kind of. So I'll be working on that. So my stream will be tomorrow, probably at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it'll be fun. We'll draw and video coming soon.
All right. Joe says, since I don't need money for an Eagles party, here you go. Anywho, Switch 2 Mini would be a fair price at $350. So obviously it'll be $400. Well, about Evan, where can everyone find you, sir?
You can find me Twitch, YouTube, any socials, Kimrick's Project. We did we watched the announcements from all the Games Workshop's games yesterday. So we got that video up, mostly just the live stream reaction. Got some projects to work on this week on the table, and got to prep for a tournament beginning of next month. So we'll see what we can do about that. That'll be fun.
Sean, I saved you for last because I did want to at least relay this. I feel like you recognize it because it is one of your, I don't say favorite studios, but it's a studio that you enjoyed their game with Batman Arkham Shadow Camouflage. They did get hit with layoffs, and it sounds like the way they're structured now, they're probably just going to be working on whatever that Meta Horizons thing is from now on.
Well, in the studio that did Asgard's Wrath.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, shit.
They got
a lot of studios got shut
Zaru.
down by Meta.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's because VR is a niche thing. It's never going to be the mainstream. It's always going to be a niche thing. It's not something, at least in the stage we still currently have it at, where it's a viable thing to play it for long stretches of time. So,
well, let's be real. What's Meta working on? AI.
Yeah, and, I mean, AI is the new VR. Everyone was doing VR. Now everyone's moving to AI. Like, that's just how tech stuff goes. And you forgot another studio that did some layoffs. Unity evidently did some layoffs.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know why you wanted to bring that up. Go ahead.
What? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I sincerely hope that everyone lands on their feet. I wish no.
You and the
ill will
major
towards
had
anyone.
a whole dust up.
But
before,
hey, Unity's running a business. What can I say?
Yeah, I will say that's why I have to add in this thought. That Sanzaru shutdown made me really sad because there's an alternate timeline where they kept making Sly Cooper games. Yeah. It makes me sad.
Yep. Them and Ready at Dawn both shut down by Meta.
Yeah, the biggest what ifs in PlayStation history for sure.
Yep. Sean, where can everyone find you, sir?
You can find me on RGT85. I don't know what's going on the next couple of days, so we'll see.
All right. Good stuff. All right, that's everything here. Thanks everyone for joining us for an early Spawncast. Next weekend we should be back to normal time, since even if the football stuff should all be on Sunday. This is like the last Saturday they do it anyway. So That's good. All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We will see you next weekend.